So I thought about an interesting question last night. I thought about if I lost all my gear today, everything, and I would have to restart from scratch building a new rig, what would I buy today to regain my guitar tone with a relatively affordable setup? It's a tough question, but I think I know exactly what I would buy today to get my guitar tone back. And in this video, I'm going to show you what that is, so you can do what I do with a lot less than what I have here. Let's go. Now, the timing of this video seems to be impeccable because there's the Cyber Week in the Thomann shop, so we can pretty much save a lot of money when we're buying anything. Now, I put affiliate links to all the gear we're going to look at today in the description down below, so if you want to check one of these things out, use that link in the description. It's a great way to support the channel because it doesn't cost you anymore and I earn a small commission. And obviously, we want to start with the guitar. Not just any guitar, we want to have a Telecaster as close to my Custom Shop 52 Telecaster, right? And the guitar that comes to mind here is, for sure, the Fender Player Series Telecaster. Right here, exactly the same color that I have, exactly the same fretboard, so it's all maple on the fretboard. It's under $1,000 right now. So the Fender Player 2 Telecaster is a great Telecaster. I own one of these, that's why I can say that. This guitar is awesome at that price point because it has rolled fingerboard edges, it has very usable pickups, it's not too heavy, and guess what? Last year when I got my Player Series Telecaster, I made a video about it and compared it to the OG, to the 52 Custom Shop Telecaster that I own, and it just turned out I could make them sound almost identical. There was very, very little setting these two apart, and here is proof. I could pretty much make them sound identical. So that means crazy money for value for under $1,000. So if I was to start over again and had to build a rig with very little, I would absolutely go for the Fender Player 2 Telecaster. And by the way, not only Thomann has a Black Friday sale, I do too. My guitar courses are at least 30% off until Black Friday. If you bundle courses at checkout, you can save up to 50%. So if you want to learn my style of playing, my style of soloing, you can definitely do that. Check it out in the description down below. Next thing we're going to check out is amps. And I feel like there's two scenarios here. If you want to go for a real amp, or if you want to go for a modeler. If we're going real amp, I know exactly what I would choose today. I would go for the Marshall Silver Jubilee, but I wouldn't go for the big one that I own myself from '87. I would go for the Marshall Mini Silver Jubilee. I think this is a great amp. It sounds very, very close to the original big-sized one. It is way too loud even at 25 watts, and I could do everything that I want to do musically with just that amp. That's why I own one. Now I'm going to show you how it sounds. So what you're about to hear is my real Marshall Silver Jubilee that sits right over there. You can't see it, but I can. But you can hear it. It sounds like this. And since the Mini Jubilee sounds exactly like that, or almost exactly like that, that would definitely be the amp for me if I had to start from scratch. Also because the Marshall Silver Jubilee is a pretty dynamic amp. I can just turn down the volume and I get this really nice, semi-clean kind of tone. It's just awesome. That would be my amp if we had to start over. But let's just say we wouldn't take a real amp, but a modeler, then I would go for the Line 6 Helix. And look at this. The Line 6 Helix is part of the Cyber Week, so we can make a great deal here. A device that is exactly like my Fractal FM9. Can do it all, has all the sounds, all the amp models, all the effects. So you wouldn't need any other pedals or anything like that. You could just have this device and a guitar and you could absolutely do everything. So I would probably go for the Line 6 Helix here. A, because it can do it all, just like my Fractal FM9. And also, it's a Cyber Week deal. It's a lot cheaper than a Fractal. So if you want to go the affordable route, and this is, I know affordable is a very relative term and really depends on what you think is affordable. But compared to what I have now in this room, this would be pretty affordable. So I would go for the Line 6 Helix if we chose a modeler over a real amp. Now let's talk about pedals for a second. Let's say we went with the real amp, the Mini Silver Jubilee by Marshall. I would need one drive pedal to really get a high gain sound out of the amp, because you already heard a mid-gain tone, easily possible. A clean tone by rolling back the volume, easily possible. But we would need one drive pedal, and I can think of one thing that can do pretty much all the boosts and all the drives that I need, and that is the Diamond Boost EQ. If I only can have one drive pedal because I'm strapped for money, I'm going with the Diamond Boost EQ. Why? Because it's a transparent boost if you don't engage the EQ, but if you do engage the EQ, you can boost different mid frequencies and nudge your guitar tone in certain directions. Or you could use that mid boost to emulate a Tube Screamer instead of a transparent boost. But why am I talking so much? Let me just show you how it sounds. I have it right here in front of me. So again, here's our mid-gain tone with the Marshall Silver Jubilee. And I love that sound, but if I want to chug and play palm mutes, it doesn't have enough gain. So with the Diamond Boost EQ and just a transparent boost without any EQ, it sounds like this. That is a massive sound if you ask me. That's just awesome. And that's just the transparent boost. Now, if we're adding mids with the EQ section, you get this nice solo sound that almost reminds me of a Tube Screamer. That's just awesome. So that would be my pick for one drive pedal if we had to start over. Okay, so we got a guitar, we got an amp or a modeler, we got a drive pedal if we need one in front of a real amp, and then I need one more thing to round it all off, and that is just one delay pedal that can do it all. Now, when I think of delay pedals that can do it all in a small form factor, I think of the Keeley Halo. It's my absolute favorite delay, and if I had to start over and build a new rig, I would absolutely buy that pedal again, because it is so much of my sound is in a good modulating delay, and the Halo is pretty much my sound for that. It's an awesome pedal. Why? Because there's multiple presets in a pedal just this big, so you have 2 presets per bank and you have 4 banks, so that means you can save up to 8 sounds in a pedal like this. And that's just amazing. And you can tap delays. It's stereo too. There's so much function in such a small box. I'm going to show you how that sounds, because it really is a game changer when it comes to guitar tone. So let's say we want to play a clean picking pattern with the Tele and the Marshall Silver Jubilee, and it sounds like this. Let's just add the Keeley Halo in the Halo setting. That's just a different world of guitar tone to me, because that's just not a delay. That's a delay and some reverb and some modulation and delays, washing into each other. That kind of stuff, and I just love that. Then if you just want a normal quarter delay, just click a different preset and you go. And do you hear how loud these repeats are? But whenever you're playing, they're never in the way. They never distract you from what is being played. They just create space, a lot of space, but they never get in the way. It almost seems like there's some ducking on that delay too by default. And it's just awesome. It's never in the way. It's never distracting. It's always so there and just makes your guitar sound so much bigger. I'll turn it off again. Turn it on again. So, and I guess that would be it. That would be enough things for me to start over. A guitar, amp, and 2 pedals, and I would be ready to go and have my Joey Jones guitar sound back. So these would be my recommendations if you don't want to have a lot of stuff at home, but you want to sound close to what I have here in my room. So check those affiliate links out in the description down below. It's a great way to support the channel. I've been Joey. I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.